What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Unique79, appreciate you. Thanks for putting up the links, man. Really appreciate you. L Curry, appreciate your opinion. But you know, sometimes we gotta let the ladies speak just for the sake of letting the ladies speak. It is what it is. See what she got to say. She's running behind, so you know, I gotta keep the things going until then. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about the state of manhood. I mean, we got a lot of videos coming through the pipeline. You got videos of men getting played, you know, taking women out on $600 dates, getting played. We got women coming on, getting they're actually getting famous because they found a simp to buy them cars and condos and put them up and upgrade their life. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. And shout out to Bill Cosby for getting out of jail. It's kind of, to me, it's like he got that rich dude loophole. You understand? He made an agreement with the prosecutors that they can't charge him criminally, and so he's out of jail now. His case basically got overturned and all the charges dropped. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to him. I'm glad he's out. I mean, I don't want to. What up, AT in the chat? What up, Fernando Howard, Razor Ramon, Omar Well? I'm not here to really debate or discuss whether he did it or not. I'm just glad that he's out. I'm just glad to see any man be free in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether he did it or not. And, you know, truthfully, you know, don't ask my opinion on that type of shit because it's gonna make people mad. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, while people are coming in, I'm gonna pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have a documentary. You know, and you understand that needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna play that real quick so everybody can you know, remember the fact that we have a documentary. And if you haven't seen it yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. So here it goes.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
Yeah, all right. That was the Bad Boy Green Band trailer. That was the Game Kings Green Band trailer. You know what I'm saying? So today we got Levita the model coming on. Waiting for her to get ready. I think she's putting on her face or something. I don't really know what's going on. But you know, it is what it is. Waiting for her to get on. But today we're gonna be talking about the state of manhood. We're going to be talking about, you know, we got videos of women talking about men not approaching no more. I'm even going out on dates, and I'm hearing all these stories from different women about men acting crazy, you know, meaning that after they break up with a chick, they're still harassing them. They're still texting them. They're still, you know, like showing up at the parents' house because they, you know what I'm saying? Like they writing chicks 9-page, 7-page letters and doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to get her definition of manhood. I want to also get her definition of womanhood. You know what I'm saying? I want to see I just want to discuss certain things, and I want to get a female's perspective. Just is one female's perspective, but we'll see what it is. We you know, I think because I saw her on Lord Hybrid. Anybody who knows Lord Hybrid, he's a huge red pill dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in the this dude millionaire status, always asking for money. I don't understand that, but I guess that's how you get all the money. Unique 79, Bernie, Chris the Player, what up? Fierce Soul, what up? AT, what up? I mean, in the meantime, if y'all want, you know, since the guest is still getting ready, y'all could put a question in the chat. Let me see. Chris the Player says, Miles, should I try the rosebud approach? What is the rosebud approach? What is the rosebud approach? I need you to be a little bit more specific. I'm not taking any calls, but if y'all want to put a question in the chat, we could chop up some game, you know, while we waiting on Levita, the model Jones. All right. Go check out her Instagram too. She got some decent pictures on the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Rizzo Knobs. Yo, these names are crazy. Mr. 1950, what's good, my G? What's going on, man? Y'all go check out Mr. 1950 at silverbacklifestyle.com. Silverbacklifestyle.com. You know what I'm saying? That's my man 1950. Yeah. He's on the you know, Real Game No Theory. He's on the Real Game No Theory podcast with you know, Steve the Dean, Lucario, EO, K Zagan, and myself. You know what I'm saying? So check us out on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. I'm trying to get this link. Man, 1950, man. And shout out to everybody who's doing something for July 4th. You know what I'm saying? Safe travels to everybody. Safe travels to everybody. Feel me? You know, link. All right. Yo, Mr. 1950, if you still there, put your oh, there go his shout out to Unique 70 for putting 1950's YouTube channel in the chat. But Mr. 1950, put your website on there too. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I go to Real Game No Theory. RealGameNoTheory.com, and I could get Mr.1950.com. Yep. Oh shit. See, I ain't even remember that shit. His shit is Mr.1950.com. That's what it is. Boom. Mr. 1950. Go to Mr.1950.com. He got what he got the silverback lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the bros right there. That's one of the, you know, that's the family right there. All right, so AT said when a woman is constantly asking you to make her feel wanted in just a hookup for sex situation, how should you let her know I'm not going to keep doing that? Constantly asking you to make her feel wanted in a hookup situation, how should you let her know? Well, you could do two things. You could do it with your actions. You could do it with your actions, or you could speak to her verbally, but you got to be careful with that, right? Because if you get into a conversation about that, you have to be careful how you get into a conversation about that, because sometimes what you end up doing when you even have the conversation is you're making her think that, you know, her desires and her requirements for the relationships actually matter. You understand what I'm saying? When the only thing that truly matters is your requirements for the relationship, especially if you already told her that it's just a hookup for sex situation. You understand what I'm saying? So you might just want to do that with your actions. You understand? Or you might just want to tell her, listen, you know, this ain't that type of party. Please stop asking for that. And, you know, and the more you keep trying to press that is the more you're making me, you know, the more you're putting me in a position to demote you. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to let her know what it is. And just stand on your square and reinforce that. You understand? And, you know, of course, never be afraid to lose her, because if she's not satisfied with the hookup for sex situation, but that's where you're at, either she needs to have patience or she needs to go. You understand? So that's pretty much it right there. But it looks like my guest is ready, Levita the Model Jones. I'm gonna bring her in right now. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Welcome.
Okay, so in the appropriate fashion for you know, I'm teasing you, but in the appropriate fashion for a chick, you're late. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. But you know, I appreciate you for showing up. You know, even though and I'm gonna just give you a second to tell the people about yourself. You know, make sure you tell them where they can find you and all of that good stuff.
Okay. Well, my name is Levita Jones. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I stream every week at least. I try to do a live stream every week, anywhere from a couple of hours thereon. And that's under LevitaTheModelJonesTV. So you can hook up with me there. I do talking about an array of things from relationships to lawful, like legislation, current affairs, politics, just things that's going on in the world that either relates to us or directly or indirectly. So yeah.
Okay. So so how old are you?
Hey.
Yeah. How old are you?
I don't want to tell my real age.
Well, give me an age range or something, because we need to know.
In my 30s.
I'm
in my 30s. In my 30s.
You're in your 30s. Okay. All right. Because I'm 39 years old. I'm about to be 40 next month. You know what I'm saying? You got kids?
I have one son, but he's in college.
You have one son, oldest son. And what is your status? Like, you single, dating? What's good with you?
Well, I would say this. I just got out of an 8-year relationship.
Got out of 8-year relationship. Okay.
So I'm in like that hovering stage where I'm working on myself to be a wife. So I'm always ready to be a wife at any given time.
You trying to be a wife? Okay. Now in that 8 years, did you never got proposed to?
Yeah, of course.
So what happened?
I didn't agree to the proposal due to the actual situation with my partner was some health things came about. So if I was like, that would have been an issue that what I would have dealt with for like the whole relationship. So
health issues with your potential partner. Okay, so is that the same reason why you dumped them?
I didn't dump them. I didn't. It was a couple things we just. This really what it was at the end of the day. If I knew that I was not going to absolutely marry him, I was like, it's no point to waste his life or mine. So we just good friends now.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to talk real quick, just to get a feel of, you know, who you are, where you're at as a female. What's going on? Because you say you're hovering right now because you just came out of a relationship, but you know, I look at you, I see you as a attractive woman, and I'm sure you getting some type of attention. You understand? So what does the dating scene look like for you? Because I'm sure something's still happening. So what's going on?
Oh my God, I'm not on the dating scene. So
you're not on the dating scene.
Yeah. Do you mean like, am I actively dating?
Look. Do you get any type of interaction from males in any capacity?
Absolutely.
Of course, I know that. So what I'm saying is, what's going on with that? That's what I'm saying.
Like, am I agreeing to hang out? Like, ask me a little more specific, because when you say dating,
what are you doing with the fellas that you interact with? What's going on?
Oh,
because you say hovering, but that's kind of general. I want you to be a little bit more specific. Like, what are you doing with the guys in your life that are giving you that attention? Because I'm sure there's some guys that are giving you that attention. So what's happening?
Oh, I would hang out. So I don't want to just say hang out. Like if you say, hey, do you want to get something to eat or something? I'll accept it. And then at that time, I'll talk about like if they introduce and say, hey, I see that, you know, maybe you're available or out your relationship. I just want to know where you at. Are you open to dating or doing something more? But I absolutely let them know that I could not go into a committed relationship at this time or anything serious or I don't even want something even really steady where a man is looking for me to reciprocate energy of investment in something that could lead to something serious. So I'm not even allowing them to be led on in that manner. It's plain and simple. You know, what can we do? Fun. I'm really into business and stuff like that. So if we can benefit for each other life other than in a romantic way, I'm open-minded to that. But at this time right now, just tell them I can't commit to dating.
But you still having sex though, right?
No, I wouldn't say, okay, not with these men. This is what I'm saying. If I was to engage in sex, it will be with my ex. It will not be with like a random guy.
Oh, so you just want that familiar piece.
That or nothing.
Either
or is fine with me. That's what I'm saying. It's like either or is fine with me.
Oh, so that's a part of the friendship, the maintaining of the friendship with the ex, with the 8-year situation.
I would say because I don't want to make like my situation is everybody's situation because that was not the case like that, like, or always the case, I would say. But let's say if I'm like, you know what, I really do want to engage in sex. I absolutely, like, the first person will come to my mind is my ex. It will not be a dude that's interested in me that I never had anything with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could say familiar or safer, or like I wouldn't add a new body. Let me say that. I would.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna stop poking at your personal because I just wanted the audience to get a feel of where you're at, because that's what's gonna be on everybody's mind. Like, what's she doing out here? What's going on with her? This, that, and the third. Because, you know, a lot of times before somebody says something, they kind of want to feel your perspective before they actually hear, you know, the facts and the game that you're gonna spit. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get that out the way, you know, and put that on the table. Right.
Yeah, well, let me say too, with my personal situation, I didn't mind answering the questions, but I don't want to get too, because like I wouldn't, you know, just out of respect for my ex, I didn't ask him before I came on here, like, what would he feel like is comfortable for me to put out? Because we kept a lot of our life not in the limelight, not on social media. Like, not to say people thought I was single, like people knew I was in a relationship, but we didn't do a lot of putting our relationship in the limelight, so people did not know all these details. So that's why I'm like apprehensive. Like, I'll talk about it, but absolutely what we doing, like, he would never, he just doesn't like stuff like that. So I would rather not upset him than just appease your audience.
but you're worried about upsetting him. It kind of sounds like, with all that you just said just now, it kind of sounds like y'all still in a relationship though.
That's why I say hovering, because, like, okay, let me say this. I like moved out. I'm in a different place from his place. He has his house. I have mine. And so we're separate, but we are friends and we are in contact, especially through business. We have business stuff together. So we talk to each other like on a regular basis. Gotcha. Now, remember, I have a son that's currently in college. He's a freshman. They have their own relationship. So it's almost like he's a family or a friend. Like, my whole family knows him. I know his family. So it's like a lot of our life was intertwined, and that just takes time to separate all that stuff. And we're not beefing enemies. So, you know, I would still, you know, say, check on him. Hey, how you doing? How things going? If he needs to call me and we need to work some stuff like business things out, like, he would do it. So
there's still a level of respect and regard there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
And how long since y'all been broken up?
I'll say, like, I know a year. I'll say a year for sure.
About a year? Because it's kind of blurry, right? Because there's so much intertwined. So it's kind of blurry. But you would say about a year if you had to judge.
Yeah, absolutely a year. A minimum a year.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. So how long you been doing, you know, like social media, you know, like discussions and things like that? How long you been doing that?
Well, I was on the radio before that. So, and then I came off the radio, I would say in November 2020, and then December 2020, I started the channel. So since December 2020, I've been live streaming as a channel. But before that, I was a radio personality.
Gotcha. Do you care to say what station or what broadcast?
Well, it was local to Hampton, Virginia, Newport News, Virginia, and certain other parts, but it was WHHS 103.5 FM. And before that, I was on 94.7 FM, but that was completely radio. I worked for WHRO FM. That's a public broadcast in Norfolk, and it does more coverage over Virginia. So yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, and also, could you just, I have it in the description, but could you just kind of tell the people your IG so you could get a couple more followers so they can see your great model pictures that you got out there?
Yeah, it's LevitaTheModelJonesTV.
Okay, on IG.
All
right, cool. So so the topic, is basically the state of manhood, right? You have a son. You've been in an 8-year relationship. You've been on the radio. You've met a lot of people. You talk to a lot of people. You do your own thing on social media. I saw you on Lord Hybrid's discussion, and you've been in a few of his videos. So I believe that you have some sort of a significant perspective on the state of manhood, right? So I just want to get your please expand on your view of the state of manhood, in today's time.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get precedence now. I do like older men. And I'll say this, I had a father in my life from day one. So my father is heavy and influence in my life. Everything, like literally any major decisions I make, I run through my father. Even if they're minor, sometimes I run them through him. He is absolutely like a life coach to me. So even what I say on my live stream is that a woman should be under her father's care and whatever his game and his law, I just call it law. And she goes from daddy to big daddy. So now she goes as her father helps her transition from him and his law. It's, you should be qualified as a wife. When a man findeth the wife, he findeth a good thing. So he should already find you in that, I would say, position where he can get to know you and move you there just based on, how you carry yourself and keep yourself up. So, and now you're under Big Daddy's law. So now is what Big Daddy says is what it is. So that's what I say. Now, because a lot of us are in the state of single parent homes, okay? A lot of us, just men and women, we didn't have fathers. So literally biologically that hurt us from birth, which we didn't get what we needed. See, a man, he transfers testosterone, and a woman actually, she has estrogen. So if a man, from the minute that a baby is conceived, the baby literally needs the father, not only through the pregnancy, but all the way up through puberty, because the father when it's literally called horizontal, like gene transfer, he's transferring what is fully needed for a woman to fully develop into a woman and a man to fully develop into a man. Now, when this doesn't happen, then a woman, let's just say when she has like a stepfather, it speeds up her puberty and she starts to form and develop before she's actually ready, because biologically her body is saying, get ready to go into womanhood and have a baby. Whereas if it was her real father, that wouldn't happen. Now, when that happens, the young lady, she becomes almost like a fiend for testosterone, for masculinity, for males, for man attention. So she can exude that behavior in a way that's really not conducive to being a wife, right? So it'll be things that we don't approve of, just anything for attention. That's why you see all the twerking, all the just debaucherous behavior from women. Now, when you get to men, Women are only going to get in line if a man put her ass in line. That's it. That's all. That's it. Women will not check themselves unless older women come and say, hey, boo-boo, you got to pull that skirt down, get that ass off Instagram and stand up like a wife. So if the older women aren't that, then it must take the men to put them back in line. So if the man is lacking low levels of testosterone, which right now is a global epidemic, literally in the whole globe, men testosterone levels is way lower than they were like 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So men are not as masculine as they were. So therefore they don't lead, they don't put their foot down, they don't enforce their law. So women are out of control, they're getting away with murder. So because literally they're killing the family. Right. The family cannot be produced with these mindsets and these behaviors. So at this time, manhood is taking a hit because men are not with the fathers are not in the home. So women literally are breeding men, like raising them up. And that is horrible for men. Like, I hate to have to tell people, but high levels of estrogen are toxic. Period. Is really toxic, and low testosterone as men is toxic. It can lead to depression, anxiety, suicide. You can't build muscle. You store a lot of fat. It hits his self-esteem. So I did some lives on this, like 2-hour lives on this, if anybody want to just get the complete breakdown. But with that being the issue, it's just basically this. When the minute that they took men out the home, everything went downhill. It just was a wrap from that. Right. So yeah.
Right. And you're referring to around like the 70s when the welfare situation started, and it was a fact that women couldn't qualify for welfare if a man was in the home.
Correct. Things like that. Feminism.
I'm gonna tell you a true story. I remember when my mother, this happened to my family. I remember when my mother literally had to act like my dad didn't exist to get those welfare checks, because I grew up like in poverty, like poor, like we was on some 1-bedroom apartment shit, sharing the floor with, crackheads down the hall and all that type of, like, my life was, my parents did their best and I made it here now, so I'm thankful. But we started from the bottom, like facts. Like we started from the hood. Like literally, I used to hang out with a crackhead. Like a crackhead was my play friend from down the hall. Like, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, so when she was trying to qualify for like welfare and WIC and all that type of shit, even my dad was living with us now, but there was times that my dad had to go somewhere for like a week so she could prove that there was no man in the house and she wasn't getting no support, and she would qualify and get the food stamps and all that stuff so she could feed me and my sister. So that's facts. You understand? I want to talk about as well, so you're close with your dad, which is cool. You understand what I'm saying? You seem like the type of woman that has a certain regard for manhood. You're breaking down a lot about testosterone and so on and so forth. So I wanted to get, what is your definition, like based on what you've experienced and so on and so forth, what is your definition of manhood?
Oh, my definition of manhood. See, well, I would say that definitely I would include a level of testosterone. Now, let me be clear and not act like I've been understanding this forever. This is since I started truly streaming. I research my topics for hours before I present on them, and that's what had me to understand. And also my contributor. So I have a contributor on my show. His name is Hassan. He constantly contributes like to my show, and he's sending people, how just like when you're a content creator, people send you stuff to cover, and I look into it and I research it and I'm like, well, damn, I didn't know, it was the testosterone. I didn't know high levels of estrogen is just toxic for men or for women. So, it's literally responsible for obesity is estrogen. So, but manhood is, what is the ability of a man, and then also what is his results, because a man is his results. So if a man wants a woman to respect him, he has to come with something solid, even if his ideology. So even if he does not have something solid to produce yet, like a house, a home, a lengthy 20-year record of investments, and I'm living what he wants to live, this great life, wherever he wants to be in life, everybody has a certain point where they feel like, okay, I'm where I want to be, and I can bring someone else into this. Until he gets there, he still needs an ideology. So, because some men like, what about, the guys that get out of jail and, we have to start over after this or that. I say, I totally understand that. But no matter what, you must lead a woman with ideology. Men today sometimes think like it's okay to let women lead you. That's never okay. That shit is never going to work if you do that, because she's not equipped to do that. She's equipped. She was made to be a follower. She was made to be the soil. You give me the seed, I take it into my soil, I produce your harvest, and we eat for seasons. That's how that is done. I am not to produce and lead and okay, we're going that way, and after that we can go over it. No, it's Big Daddy, do you want me to go with you over there? That's how we supposed to be. So manhood is lost in control. Okay, go ahead. Pause
for a second. I need to ask you, when and around what circumstances did you realize that? Because hold on, I want to preface that by saying the stuff that you're saying, women are going to hear this, women are going to listen to this, and they're going to be like, this, pardon me, right? But they're going to be like, this bitch is lost. She don't know what the fuck she talking about, blah, 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 blah. She just
and that's why you single, and that's why you don't got the man, and that's why y'all beef don't cater to you, and that's why you pay all your own bills. That's why
hold on. All right, let's get back to it. So tell me, when did you figure this out? Because you said it yourself. You said, I didn't always believe in this. I didn't always think like this. So when did that click? What circumstances were, affecting you that made you come to this conclusion?
Well, don't get me wrong. I always believed in honor, respect, and revering, and allowing a man to lead. What I was talking about specifically was science, such as testosterone and estrogen, like the biological factors. Because I start to understand just researching deeper. Like that's why. Because even when I was growing up, men literally are weaker now. So it's like that wasn't the case. Like literally, I see the one of the guys I was watching your video. I saw he was an ex-pimp, right? One of the guys that, I meant to
in the Game Kings documentary. You're referring to, his name is Rosebud Bitter Dose. He's actually an ex-pimp. Yes.
Yeah. See, and I know, like, I'm familiar with pimps because, like, I grew up where I'm from is Chicago, the west side of Chicago, where literally I grew up about 2 blocks from Don Juan, and I knew like his son Magic. So Don Juan, like we came up in a time, like my generation, I remember it was a big deal for us to be around a pimp. It was a big deal. Like when they were still having the players balls and all that pimp of the year, that was like a big deal. We'd be like, oh my God, like I was too young to like go to that stuff, but we'd be like, let's ride over there and see. The thing is, oh my God, look, they're going to be out with their hoes. Oh, look at him. Like it was a big deal to us. But really, as I grew older, I started to see like, man, look at the game that these guys got. And they dropped the movies, American Pimp and all that. So, But I'm just saying that, we respect the game in Chicago. We just respect the game. I am from the streets. I was a tomboy for years and years of my life. And then I eventually switched. I literally moved to Virginia from Chicago to become feminine and womanly. And that's when I went into modeling. Okay. Because I was a complete opposite. I was, the Bulls Stadium was right there. So all we wore was Jordans. Okay. I retired my Jordans. And now I get mad if I have to put on some Jordans. I love high heels every day. I dress every day. That's why I was like, give me a minute, because I had to just try to finish my makeup and look more presentable, because I wasn't presentable that much to me. I could even be more presentable.
No, you look so awful. I was so glad that you was going to put your face on, because now I'm messing with you.
I was gonna say, you just saw me with no makeup, and I was like, no, I gotta finish it to do it. Put it back together.
Hey, we gotta trust the process. It is what it is. I mean, look. Women, once you know what you're dealing with, it's not an issue. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a man. I know what I'm dealing with. It's not an issue. You understand? Because I told you 12 p.m. I told you 12 p.m. But again, I know what I'm dealing with. So I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to worry about it. Go do what you got to do. I'll hold the show because I'm a man, right? I'm supposed to hold shit down. And then when you get ready, when you're actually ready, because women move on a different vibration. And it's not that I'm giving you any excuses, because I still pointed out the fact that you were late. So you know that you were late. You understand? Cool. And that's beautiful that you acknowledge that and you apologize, right? But the thing is, when a man knows what he's dealing with, he doesn't have to trip. And if he has to hold something down for 5 minutes extra, that's what he's gonna do. You understand what I'm saying?
And I love it. See,
and
and that.
Go ahead.
And exactly what you're saying is what we submit to. Because no matter what, I didn't have to say, Miles, I'm going to be a few minutes late. Can you please hold your own show down and give me 5 extra minutes to come on? You already came as a package man. You already know your law. You already got it together. I had to do what? Get behind you and follow you. That's what I had to do, plain and simple. And in relationships, that's how women submit. Is to when they can see that they can be secure, they see that they can be protected, and they see that they can be led regardless of them being there or not. This man leads his own life anyway. So if I'm here, if I'm not here, he's making decisions, he's making moves, he's out front, and he's apologetic about it. So that is what is attractive to women when it comes to men, and that's where the submission comes in, is based on his that's why I say it has to start in his ideology, because I didn't give you that. I know a man is what gave you that, and so you're able to extend it to men. Basically all that you do, it shows up. So see, immediately your results showed up.
Exactly. So, girl, you better stop talking all that mess. I'm gonna have to fly you out anyway. So check this out. All right, so and you kind of touched on it just now. So, we just talked about, the definition of a man, somebody who got to hold it down. If you could expand on what you believe the definition of a woman is and a woman's place. Like, if you could expand on that just a little bit more for me.
Okay. So a woman's place is literally, this is what she must do. She should, when a woman gets serious about what she wants to do with her life, serious, I mean, when she's ready to go into a committed relationship. First of all, she has to do that. She has to stop getting mad that the man has not chosen her to be a wife. See, she initially chooses the man to date and be with, and then he chooses her to be the wife. But she has to understand, he does not build a wife. He finds a wife. This is the difference. So when he finds you, if you got 42 twerking video, everybody can see every crack of your ass on every page you got. Your mouth is reckless. You don't know how to shut up. You don't know how to back down. You jumping all in his face. You just reckless. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Everybody knows you're, let's say, proud and promiscuity. Those behaviors does not get you chosen. So women have to understand that this is the worst shit that happened to women today, is the I don't need a man, or he needs to accept me how I am. No, he does not. And especially a man of means and a man of caliber, he does not want to show up anywhere and everybody know, and everybody could just say, oh, this your girl right here with her ass up on Instagram. No, no man is going to feel pride. She has to understand she must preserve, bring herself feminine, fall in line, listen, be quiet, do what she told. She must support. She must be ready, bring that womb and get it ready for children if he wants them. If not, then okay, because you have to get in line. We have to discuss, do you want children or do you not? So if you do, I have to have my womb ready. But if you don't, then I say, well, Mel, maybe this is not the guy for me, because I wanted 5 children. He don't want any children. So let's not try to change each other and force each other to do things that, we already understand in the beginning we didn't want to do. So we have to do that and come to some type of consensus about the relationship. But a role of a woman is literally to support her man, fall up under his law. You need to do it, and you need to do it with a smile, and you got to stay looking good while you're doing it. Because the minute that you start falling off, if that man is a man of means and caliber, he's going to have no problem with replacing you. Now, personally, me, I'm open to polygamy. I actually would prefer it over monogamy, because I was in a monogamous relationship, and I just see that it's difficult for when you have a good man who got his stuff together. It's not. I mean, my man in from my 8-year relationship, he retired me in the first year for my job, so I could serve him. So I understood, look, you need to, he was like, you're coming out the job because I want you here doing what I want you doing, not working for another man. So we have to understand, women, you cannot serve two masters. If your man tell you something, it's his law. If you got to worry about getting rest and sleep to go serve another man, see, now you serving two masters. Now you know, that's what we get like, you don't have to listen to your man, but you listen to the man at the job. Right. So we have to understand our role, which is service. That's number one. Is nurture, is preservation, is upkeep, is support, is helpmate. You came from his rib. Even though I know in the Bible it says that like a man cannot have a baby, but that it's the metaphoric for you are a literal embodiment of him once he brings you as his girl. It's no, you lose the and you know the individuality that you had. Now you're his girl. You play on his team. You wear his jersey. The only difference is now you're his cheerleader. That's how you should look. You should stay sexy. You should be looking good. You should be cheering him on. And when he down, so baby, we got this. Don't you worry about it. This what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rub your back. I'm gonna have your cookies nice and warm. You want to, you know, hot tub or dinner, whatever. It's whatever he needs to keep his fuel going. So that's the thing.
Now, let me ask you, right? So we talked a little bit earlier about, you know, there are certain guys that are showing you, you know, certain bits of attention. You know, you're not necessarily indulging sexually and you're not, you know, getting romantic or making any commitments. But with that being said, with those guys that are showing you some type of attention or even, you know, kind of communicating with you along those levels, right? What do you see, or even just looking abroad, or even just looking through maybe your girlfriends or anybody that you know personally? What do you see along the horizon as far as men being that type of, you know, being that type of weight, being that type of solid rock that you could depend on? You understand? So you can actually be that type of woman that you're talking about, the cheerleader, the helpmate, and being able to actually be in your feminine with a lot of these guys out here. Like, what do you see along the horizon as far as that happening for the average female?
Average, that's the thing. I stay away from average. I don't want nothing about me to be average, okay? Right. Now don't get me wrong. This is why I don't like to share my age for real, because I do feel like I'm an older woman in some resort. Like just because I do have an 18-year-old son, right? Right. But I do everything. I invest thousands of dollars, not surgery, but just facials, massages, pedicure, manicure, things like that. Well, right now, then I keep my nails off because they was like just break. I was literally getting them done too much. It made them weak. So I have to stop. My nail girl told me to stop, but my pedicure is on point right now. I make sure that no matter what, I'm always presentable. I know men are visual, and I know that I'm more so trophy looking. That's how I want to look. I don't care that somebody think that that's pick me. Okay, well, if you think being 280 pounds is what's up, then you be that. I'm not going to do that. Because I want a man to see that his hard work, labor, and effort and sweat equity is worth it. And in return, the least he get is me visually. And the more he peel back my layers, the more satisfied he will be with who I am as a woman to him. But I came with it. But I can adjust myself to him once I say, I'm ready to submit. He got everything I want in a man. Let me submit to him. But the average female, she is today what I see. I didn't know it was this bad. Is the same that, see, all my friends are married. So like I'm talking about my 30-year friends married. So I don't know what it's like to not be able to get a man, be without a man, for a man not to spoil you. For people just randomly help me, look out for me. And I mean, just wherever I go, like one day I was parking and this guy, like I was parking right by the handicap, and this older like white guy, his wife, I'm talking about the guy like he had to be like 65. Now I live in Virginia, which is open carry. I love the strap. I'm from Chicago. They better know I love the strap. So he, like, while I was going into the park, he was just looking at me crazy. So I was like, I'm sorry, sir. Is there a problem? And he was like, yeah, why are you parking right there? I was like, this is where I'm about to. So he didn't like that I was parking there. So I didn't see that he had his gun. But his wife was like, come on, babe, come on. He got mad. He started calling me all types of names. I'm like, okay, well, if you see a bitch, give a bitch $1,000. And he was like, you're an effing whore. He just snapped. I was like, oh, this man is having a bad day. I didn't care about it. But this guy was behind me. He was a brother, and he had his gun. Old Carrie. So he was like, sister, you okay? I turned around. I was like, oh, I didn't even see you there. He was like, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. But this guy's like, I was like, he's just a jerk. He's just having a bad day. He didn't like that I parked right here or something. And so he was like, yeah, he had his gun. And if he would have done something to you, I would have helped you. I would have shot him for you. I'm like, you would have? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, well, thank you. And I didn't even know the brother. But things like that to me happen all the time. If I'm alive, people pay for my stuff. Just people are nice to me all the time. So it's just like being average is nice. So being a woman, you have to be really into your spirituality. I'm not into religion, but I'm spiritual, and I'm really energy sensitive, which means I read energy, right? So it's like I make sure that I'm like, my energy is cleansed and I'm able to give off energy where people can feel good. I'm energetic, I'm positive, I'm upbeat all the time. I'm gonna make you feel better. Like
your energy is feminine. Your energy is feminine. Would you say that? Let me get into that for a second. So see, because I hear a lot of different females, like on YouTube, social media, they talk about, oh my gosh, the Black woman is the most unprotected woman on the planet, and so on and so forth. But you just explained an example where you was minding your own business. You got into an altercation with somebody, no fault of your own, but because of your energy, because of how you carry yourself, you had a brother that was willing to get into some trouble for you. Sight unseen. He just pulled up to the scene and was like, sister, are you okay? And was ready to protect you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, yeah. And that leads me to another thing, because a lot of women, they complain and they have a lot of things that they see wrong with society and how they're treated in society, but they never take the time to really explore the fact that the way that they integrate themselves into society affects how they're treated in society, right? So if you integrate yourself into a situation with a certain type of energy, of femininity, of positivity, and of, having that energy that, yes, I'm feminine. Yes, I would honor someone for helping me. I would like to be protected, and I don't have everything because most women are like, well, I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need nothing, but they want to be protected at the same time. And then you have a woman, that's along the, and earlier when I said the average woman, I was really just talking about population wise, like numbers wise, but that's right. But so then you have a woman like you who you carry yourself a certain way. You stay feminine, like you said. You like heels. You like to make sure your hair, nails done. Keep everything feminine. Keep everything soft. Keep everything attractive, and keep that positive energy. And you got guys looking out for you. You got people looking out for you. You got energy because you put out a certain energy. You got certain energy coming to you. You understand? And I believe that is a lot of what's missing from. Now we're talking mentality, the female with the average mentality, right? Who loves to complain about how she's treated in society when she does nothing to balance her relation to society. You understand what I'm saying? So that will bring me into my next point, where I wanted to talk about how I'm seeing a lot of these videos these days about.
Wait, don't go to your next point. Let me say this. I have to.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
And it baffles me. These bitches, I'm sorry. How do you want, if I keep saying, Miles, I don't need you for nothing. I don't need you for anything, Miles. Go sit down. And then 5 minutes later, Miles, I need it. Where was you at for like the shit just don't make sense.
It don't make no sense.
Come on now. Come on now. Now you just want people to be just stupid and just so damn gullible to fight or be there for something that don't even respect them just in general decency. Like,
right.
So you're right. I tell people when they be like, oh, you such a strong, don't call me strong. I'm not strong. Men are strong. I can handle myself to a degree, but I ain't crazy. I know that people are not harming me because they probably know of them what men will come. Like, I'm from the streets. Like, we get goons, like, especially when I go home, it'll be goons around. Like, because that's what I grew up in. But I'm just saying that I want people to know men will love me and will come to protect me. That's who gonna come for you, not just me, but I do my best to, you know, save my own life. I won't just let my life slip, but I never want to be strong and independent. And I don't need the man. No, that's who I want helping me. I want people to know that that's who love me and who care for me, my family and stuff like that, that will comfort me. So
right. So and that and you know, and that's a good point. And that brings me to my next point, talking about these there have been like a few videos that I've noticed with women talking about how they're not being approached. You understand? Now, I wanna also talk about, you know, the fact that, you know, we just coming out the pandemic. You understand? So that initial interaction is going to be diminished regardless, because we're wearing masks, we're trying to stay 6 feet apart, so on and so forth. And a lot of, I mean, me personally, it doesn't bother me because I was hollering at chicks all the way through the pandemic. I don't worry about that. But there's a lot of different things that would add to that, you know. So, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's dating apps are way more popular now. Like, people are just using more of the digital method of connecting with folks than they do the real method of connecting with folks. So that's understandable, right? But what do you feel about, you know, that kind of rise of women complaining about the fact that men are not approaching them in public anymore? What do you feel about that?
Well, I'm gonna say this because a lot of women, some of them, I hate to say women, just like I hate to call every male, man, male. So I'm gonna say the male is one that may be producing below what a man is, and a female is one that produces herself below what a woman is, because those standards are high. It's just what it is. If you want to be called a man or a woman, you have to hold yourself to high regard and standard yourself. And work on yourself constantly and build a better you constantly. Now, this is the thing with women who are, I would say, to feel like men aren't approaching them. First of all, just today, a lot of the women are like really like masculine in response in a way that they'd be like, what the fuck is you? Like, they'll just make the man feel like crap, you know, this big for approaching them. So a lot of men might not do it because of that. But I would say at the end of the day, it's her energy. Like, if you're sitting up, you know, you got your legs crossed. I smile so much. Homeless people speak to me, try to pump my gas and then they say, baby girl, I just want to know, do you have somebody? This is a homeless man. I'm like, it'd be so funny and cute to me because I'd be like, wow, like, but that tells me that my energy is positive enough that homeless man felt like he could try to shoot a shot. Right. So it's like, wow. So, but I'm just saying that to say, really, it's how you carry yourself, the energy that you put out. It's a mirror. The universe is a mirror. So what you put out reflects back to you. So let's say whoever is giving you attention, that's a representation of the energy you're putting out. So if you're like, and don't number these dudes who just want to have sex, don't nobody want to get married, all these fools want to do is go 50-50 on stuff, and don't nobody want to do this and that. Well, that's what you're putting out, that you're open-minded to someone who can do that. But see, in reciprocation, what are they going to want to do that? So we have to understand, nobody is a damn fool for real, where they're going to put everything, all their cards out, all their life, especially men, Lord have mercy, the burden of a man, what that takes. He's not going to throw all that on your lap for you to have the horrible attitude in the world, you know, not receive him when he come home, starting shit and arguments with him, you know, sleeping with his brother while he on this double shift. That's not stuff he gonna deal with. So we have to remember, as women, we have to turn a lot of stuff down, because I know sometimes we think like, oh, all those girls getting all those likes and views and they, you know, popping their ass up. Maybe I should do a twerk video. And I'm just like, it never crossed my mind, like, let me do a twerk video. But I understand that's the struggle, because it's so many women doing it and they do get attention online. But in real life, it's like, well, where your man at in real life? Because I know, see, in my family, we have years and years of, like, all I know is marriage. Like, we have at least my great uncle and my great aunt, both of them been married like literally 60 years. And then we got people 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. So my 8-year relationship is like regular. Like, my family will be looking at me like, yeah, you should be somewhere long-term, being somebody's woman long term, because if not, what are you doing? And that's what my father would ask me too, like, are you gonna marry this man or not? What are you doing? I'm like, okay, no, Pops, I know that I'm not. So he's like, okay, then go forth in your efforts to be ready to be a wife. You ain't got all the time in the world. So yeah, that's why I'm with it. So is what you give off is what you're gonna get back. And you shouldn't get mad at what you're giving back, because it's the mirror to what you're giving out. So all you can do as a woman is go work on yourself, lose the weight, work on your mindset, get some beauty treatments. And I ain't talking surgery. I'm just saying like facials, back massages, just keep your pedicures, spa days. Just sometimes I even go to like shows and events and stuff by myself. I just make sure that I'm keeping myself to be a woman that other people love to be around, because I got to remember, I need to be accepted by that man's family too. So I need to be prepared for that. They're going to scrutinize me just like you did. Well, where did you come from? Well, where your family? Who was you with? Are you still seeing that guy? What's really going on? Right. So I'm going to have to answer those questions. And if his family don't, like in Chicago, they'll tell you in your face, no, I don't think she's ready to marry you, son. Like right in your face. Right. So you have to have yourself together.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing though. I like upfront honesty. Because I'd rather get my feelings hurt than to have you believe in something false about me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, because I already know life is harsh. So I'd rather you just tell me the truth, period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like, because I forgot, but I wanted to kind of get into my definition of manhood, which is, a part of it, right? Where it's like, you have to do things not because you feel like it, but because you know it's right and because it needs to be done. You understand? Like there's no like space for trying to make me feel better about what I got to do. If I got to do it, then I got to do it. Like all the other details really don't matter, because if it needs to get done, it got to get done. Like how a man get up and work and feed his family. He got a 12-hour shift. He got this, he got that. There's no question. Are you getting up and working tomorrow? Oh, well, I feel like maybe I can't. No. What you mean? Am I getting up and work? I'm a man, ain't I? I'm getting up to work tomorrow, period. Don't you and the kids need food? Okay, then I got to get up and go to. Is the sun coming up tomorrow? Okay, then I got to get up and go to work, period. You understand? So that's a part of my definition of manhood. It's like understanding that there are things that need to be done. Like there are rules to this. You understand? Just like how there's gravity, just like how there's nature. Like there are certain things that just cannot be compromised. Wow. You understand? And I think that's the part that I think we're kind of missing as a society in general. Like, for example, talking about stuff like that could lead me into talking about, the alphabet community. You understand? Which I have no direct problem with. I truly feel like you should have the freedom to do as you will. Right. Because I would hate for somebody to impose on my freedom. You understand? But the thing is, don't ask me my opinion on it, because you're not going to hear what you want to hear. You get what I'm saying? That's how I really feel about it. But I
support anything.
Stop. I see you rumbling.
I'm not. I'm going to just say this one thing.
Till another show.
Well, I'm not going to talk about nothing gay. This is what I'm going to say. I support anything that supports family naturally. Anything that's naturally against it, I don't support. Now, I'm not against it. What people do in their own bedroom, that's their business. Now, when you mess with kids, that's when I be like, hold on. But other than that, if it's not natural, like you need heterosexual people to even keep creating gay people. Like, y'all can't make kids. Sorry.
Stop. Listen. Just stop.
Okay.
Just stop. So I have one more thing. So the other day I made this short reel on my Instagram, and I said the statement is, I said there's no such thing as a happy woman. There are only happy men and the women with them. All right, did you get that?
A woman
hold on. Did you get it?
It's a woman that's happy because she's with a happy man.
Right, basically, right? There's no such thing as a happy woman. There are happy men and the women with them. Okay, so you got that, right? Now, I just want to hear your opinion of that, and then we can wrap it up. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, just to me, in my ideology, every single person is responsible for their own happiness. Because it's a choice, it's a state, it's a mood, it's a state of being, it's an energetic portal, it's a decision. And it has to be a conscious decision that no matter what, I'm going to be okay. Like no matter what, I can choose if I'm going to be happy, if it's going to be joy, if it's going to be peace, content, whatever, angry. I have to do that. But see, that comes with maturity. That is not where I was my whole life. I had to understand where I am and how to get there. And then I had to go and understand my triggers. What pops me off? Because I was really sick in my mindset, I would say, where in Chicago, we think violence is the answer to everything.
Yes,
and
y'all do.
I had to get myself out that mindset and say, that's not the way to handle everything. Right. You should be able to handle something without any violence, right? So that is barbaric, Levita. So I had to leave the environment to understand that and continue to work on myself. And literally, that's why I moved and just changed my whole life. Because I didn't see me being able to do it and keep it up consistently with being right in the midst of it. Right. So that's what I would say about happiness is each and every person has to be responsible. So if I'm like mad already, just waking up like guys don't want to do, if I'm just I'm tired of this, I hate this job. That's why you got to do stuff you love, treat yourself in a way like you love yourself, put good thoughts, put good food. Like I've been a vegan 6 years. So it's just things that I do consciously every day, deliberately, and I choose my mood. If I see that like my adrenaline is rising, my blood pressure getting up, somebody is triggering me, I would just be like, okay, I'm sorry, let me excuse myself. Now I'm not getting in arguments and all that. And even where I'm from, a lot of where I'm from has to do with how quickly I can make a decision. Because where I'm from, it wasn't a whole bunch of arguing. Okay, if something went down, it went like that. It wasn't. You ain't hear a lot of arguing. So I'm just not prone to arguing anyway. But I mean, even if I see like it's a disagreement that's escalating, I know how to say, okay, I'm sorry. I see that we have a difference of opinion here. And if we're not able to talk without, let's say, personally attacking one another, or, I can see that you're visibly, being affected by this conversation. I just want to know, can we take a break and come back to it? Like I'm always trying to be mature about how I handle things. And that's the same way I would do, you like when my man, he came home like, man, whatever. I ain't gonna be like, why are you yelling at me? I'll just be quiet and sit there and listen. And if he want me to say something, he'll look at me or ask me. If not, I'll just sit there and attentively listen and just be quiet. I won't engage until I see that it's appropriate, which means am I escalating by engaging or am I de-escalating by just staying, quiet and sitting here? Because I don't always have to give my input. I'm okay with shutting up. And that's, I say a lot with people, happiness is they feel like every damn issue is theirs, every damn a social issue is ours. We got to fight for everybody no, you don't. Like, get with what's for you, about you, and what you need to do to keep you in a place where your immediate environment, which is literally the roof you live under and the people you around regularly, what can keep y'all in a mesh of a flow where it's like at the least peaceful. That's the minimum. And then we build from there.
Right. Yeah. Peace is the minimum. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your input on that. So while we're here, we got 167 people watching. I'm gonna let you, let the people know how they could get in contact with you. Please talk about, all your different channels and where people can reach you.
Okay. Well, I'm on Facebook at Levita the Model Jones. I'm on IG, Twitter, and YouTube at LevitaTheModelJonesTV, like you see right here on the screen. I stream every week. I'm actually going to stream today because I picked up an endeavor. I got my little light up cups. I got cups that light up. I sell them now at like different venues and stuff like that. So now my weekends are more so devoted to that because I used to stream like on Fridays. But I'm gonna go ahead and stream it tonight because I see tomorrow I'll be working. But that's what I'm doing. If you want to get the cup, I post it in different places. Please hit me up. I ship to out of town. I've been only doing this about a month, but I just love it. I love it. And see, a man asked me to help him with that. A comedian was like, would you mind, going in with me? Like he wanted me to help him vend at his event. So he already got sold out events. And I'm like, sure. And I saw the way those little light up cups were selling. I'm like, this is something cool. So like I said, it's the energy, everything. So that's what I'm like. Please join me there. If you want to have if someone disagrees with what I'm saying or anything, that's fine. I bring people all the time on my live and let them spell out everything they disagree with, and we can have a decent conversation. I just act that we not, put it toward personally one another. We keep it about the ideology or, whatever the subject matter is. Don't bring it to me. That's a whole nother. I'm not trying to do all that. So yeah, that's what I am with things. So, but thank you, Miles, for having me on here. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
I hope that
I really enjoyed you. I really enjoy your perspective. And thank you so much for taking the time. And if you ever want to have me on, you know what I'm saying, so we could cross promote, that would be dope too. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna play my Green Band trailer for the documentary real quick before we exit, and then when that's finishing up, we're gonna exit. So to everybody watching, all the guys in the chat, I ain't gonna lie to you, like some of the guys was kind of skeptical in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But when you started going in on the game, a lot of them started, they changed their tune and started realizing what it was. So really appreciate you. Again, it's your boy Miles Cunningham. This is Levita the Model Jones. Make sure you guys go follow her, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to give her age, but she looking as young as ever. It is what it is. All right. So it's your boy Miles Cunningham. I hope you guys are having a great day. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.